tonight, guys. But for those of you that have already joined in live, welcome. It's always exciting and a lot of fun seeing your faces on a Monday night. I'm used to seeing you from the sunny Gold Coast, but as you know, we drove down during the week to surprise my mum. One of the greatest things about the business and the flexibility of time is that we get to do stuff like that. So I arrived, down here. Mum had no idea. Of course, the tiers and the waterworks started almost immediately. We've been down here a week, and I think that those have just started to dry up a little bit. So time for us to get back in the car and go home. But welcome aboard, guys. I'm super excited tonight to have everyone here, and mostly because the gentleman that we're hearing from tonight, Steve Coulter, is a long time friend of mine, but also a legend, in the Juice Plus company in Australia. If you read Steve's bio, and I won't go into it too much, we're a pretty low-key team here, but I do encourage you to go back and read Steve's bio. Super accomplished guy, an elite athlete, and the guy really that put Juice Plus on the map in the early days, along with Danny Martin, who we heard from last week, and our fellow 100 Club NMD Mark Dragon, who we also heard from last week. So, Steve, I just wanted to say, welcome to our Monday night hangout, mate. Thanks very much for popping your head in and adding some value to the guys tonight. Guys,
thanks for having me.
I hand over to Steve. Steve, if you've met him or if you know him, if you're in Australia, you'll know that at conference for many years, Steve has been known as the product and research guru in Australia. There is nothing that Steve Coulter doesn't know about the product and the research. And, Steve has spoken to thousands and thousands of people, and done health seminars, and comes from a PT background. Up until recently was still paddling in ski races 50 kilometres across the Molokai Channel in Hawaii. I mean, can you believe it? Thankfully, he's given that up now, as far as I know. But just a super accomplished guy. And we're always excited to hear from Steve from a product and research perspective. But what I'm excited about tonight is that Steve's also going to lay on some magic and some information about our industry and about our company as well. So, there's no better guy to do it. So if you've got a cup of tea, guys, or a cup of coffee or a glass of water, just sit back now, relax. We're going to go into record mode. I'm going to hand over to Steve. Steve, again, mate, thank you very much for sewing into the guys tonight. I'm excited to have you here, buddy.
Hey, John. Hey, Zoe. It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me, and it's always a pleasure to do anything that's involved with health and nutrition, and particularly Juice Plus with you guys. But most of the time we hang out, we're always catching waves out the front of your place. So this is just another way to hang, You
bet.
At any rate, well, look, there's a lot to talk about, and we could have this Zoom call that could take 2 to 3 hours if we wanted to. But what I want to do is really condense it and get it right down to the nitty-gritty for everyone here who may want to take this recording, share it with their potential customers or prospects or people that want to make a huge difference with their own health moving forward, whether it be an elite athlete becoming even better, whether it be a weekend warrior wanting to make sure that they give their best every weekend and don't get injured, or whether it be a deconditioned person that is really struggling, that's lived a corporate life, a sedentary life, and as a result of that sedimentation, they've now developed health issues, and they want to get the ball moving in the right direction. So John did mention that I come from an athletic sporting background in surf Ironman. I raced from 85 to 91 with Kellogg's in the Ironman series, and then I progressed in racing right through age divisions and masters. But then I took on the challenge of wanting to cross the Molokai Channel on my chosen craft, which was a racing ski. And so I've done 9 crossings, and the reason I do it is because, first and foremost, life is about pushing yourself, having a go. If you are not active, if you are not somewhere, somehow having a real dig and a crack at this life, then you really need to have a look at what you are doing and say, well, hang on a second, isn't there a whole lot more out there that I could achieve? Now, if that happens to be in an area of fitness or even business and you're pushing the envelope, you will be praying that something like Juice Plus, particularly Juice Plus, comes along into your life, because it makes such a massive difference. And I'm going to talk about the difference, and I'm going to talk about why it makes the difference. In the world of nutritional support, in the world of nutritional supplementation, which Juice Plus is a nutritional support, even though it's fruits and vegetables in raw plant concentrated powder form inside a vegan organic tapioca capsule, it's nutritional support. In other words, we never tell anyone to stop eating the recommended volumes of fruits and vegetables and, having a good diet, in lean meats, getting away from trans fats, saturated fats, hydrogenated oils, steering clear from a large percentage of refined sugar and artificial colours, flavours and preservatives. We're looking always to improve our diet, but what Juice Plus does, it takes whatever eating plan you might have, whether it be excellent, mediocre, balanced or poor, and it turns that into a better eating plan by doing something that is really, I believe, and I truly believe this, that it delivers the foundation of missing nutrition from the variety of foods that our human physiology depends on every day. And that variety of foods is fresh, raw fruit and vegetable. It's plants. Because the plants hold Mother Nature's secrets. The plants hold the ingredients that every one of your cells is screaming out for. We just need to eat the varieties and the volumes of the right quality, and we would get the full cascade of nutrition that our body would need. But in modern day society, that doesn't happen. In modern day society, food is a commodity, it's got large profit margins, and companies are out there to produce something for you to buy without any interest in what impact that'll have on your health. So, what Juice Plus does is it gives the foundation of fresh raw fruit and vegetables, right, in a powdered concentrated form. When I say concentrated, I mean that the different varieties of fruits and vegetables are put into the right proportions within the capsule. So when you eat your fruit and your vegetable and your berry, you get that right proportion of, apples, oranges, peaches, pawpaw, pineapple, cranberries and cherries, spinach, cabbage, kale, parsley, broccoli, beetroot, tomato, carrot. You get that right proportionate blend of where those fruits and vegetables become so valuable. So Juice Plus is, for me, the greatest breakthrough in plant-based functional food in the history of the world. So, why is it so successful? Okay, we know what it is, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. We know what it is, but number one, it's convenient. In other words, in modern day society, if you had to take your delivery and it was all the individual powders in separate jars and you had to blend them and mix them all in a smoothie and blender, you would not eat the right proportions and you would probably skip one or two here and it would not be convenient. Number one, Juice Plus is convenient. Number two, it's cost effective. Everyone can afford Juice Plus. How do I know that? Because everyone can afford fast food. If you can afford fast food, if McDonald's can work out how to take $1.50 off you, you can afford Juice Plus. So everyone can afford it and it's convenient. That's why the product works so well, given the fact that we know what it is. Okay, let's drive into the product here. Let's split the capsule open and let's realize what makes Juice Plus different to all that other nutritional support out there. First and foremost, if you look at the marketplace, if you look at the brands that's out there, try to find a share detailed video on their manufacture of their multivitamin and try to see which crop from which farm is harvested from which farmer. Remember, Juice Plus is fully transparent in its production cycles and process, in that we have so many YouTube videos now, educational videos, that you can show people our parsley and our oranges and our acerola cherries and our cranberries getting picked and crushed and dried. You can actually see the blending and encapsulation plant over in Southern California. And you can hear from the doctors and professors and biochemists that are part of this enormous team that make this happen. But when you compare what Juice Plus is to the majority of nutritional support out there, Juice Plus, first and foremost, is real food. It's real. It's absolute real food. It's not a synthetic, chemically derived vitamin pill. All the nutrients are the whole food. In other words, knowing the powerful antioxidants that are present in certain fruits and vegetables, a lot of them that are vital for our body, take the orange, for example. Some of the major nutrients that are present in the orange are actually in the white pith and the skin membrane and the white seed within the orange. But when you eat the orange, you only eat the juicy quartet and you discard the rest. You don't eat the pips and you don't eat the skin. What we do with Juice Plus is we make sure that the beautiful vine-ripened organic oranges are completely washed, and we crush everything. So all those vital nutrients within the skin and the core membrane of the apple core and the pips, all that nutrition ends up in the apple powders or the orange powder and so forth for the other fruit and vegetables. So the nutrient content is whole and it's from real food as opposed to a synthetic, chemically derived blend, which is what most vitamin supplements and so forth are made from. The powders that are blended with Juice Plus are encapsulated in a vegan capsule. It's called the NP cap, N for Nelly, P for Peter, the NP cap, and we have a whole spec on the cap if you ever need it, if you're that inclined. But it is made from a derivative called purlin, which comes from organic tapioca. Tapioca is like a chia seed, but on steroids. You know, it's like a big chia seed. So, at any rate, that is what the gelatin blend capsule that covers the powders is made of. And the reason we have those powders in the capsule is, number one, to keep the right proportionate blend in the percentage that we need them in our body, and number two, so that the powders don't become oxidized. Because remember, you know, we have broke the cell membrane structure down when we crush all of the plants, and so they don't have their natural defense against oxidization. So we have to have a very delicate, careful drying and blending procedure that happens relatively quickly, so that these nutrient powders are quickly gathered, vacuum sealed, sent to the encapsulation plant, and then put straight into the blending encapsulation process for our product. So that, you know, that capsule, that tapioca capsule, is a very, very important part of what keeps the integrity of the Juice Plus powders so alive and well. And same for the structure for the Juice Plus soft chews, and same for the structure for the Juice Plus 3, 5, 6, 7 and 9 Omega blend. That's the soft chews are a tapioca chewable, and the capsules are a vegan tapioca capsule for the Omega blend. All right, so looking at that quick summary, you know, we grow the produce. If we don't own the farms, we have third generation leases. That means my dad's dad owned the farm. We don't deal with any genetic modification of any species of the fruit and vegetable. Many, well over probably 75% now of the produce is grown under organic certification. If it's not, it's grown in organic environment. It just doesn't have a particular certifier. And so we have the best of the best produce that is vine ripened to peak maturity. In other words, all those nutrients have been able to completely develop in their full capacity, you know, as if they were growing on the vine. In other words, they're getting the photosynthesis from the sun right up to the absolute peak of ripeness, you know. So that's something that you've got to take into account, you know. And what that means is that, you know, a lot of the produce that people do buy these days, that's from, you know, say the supermarket, a lot of the produce has been picked green and ripened in cold storage or in the warehouses somewhere. So the Juice Plus fruits and vegetables have a very, very high nutrient content to begin with. Yeah? Right. So we're starting with the best produce. You got me still?
Yeah, I do. I just, mate, that's, you know what, Steve? I've heard you do this. that many times, but every time I hear you do it, it makes me want to run straight to my friggin' Juice Plus capsules and go bang in another double dose. And I double the dose every day, mate, but every time you just bring something else to the table, and I've been listening to this for 20 years. So
yeah, we'll do that. You know what? Everyone who's on the call now, twist a veggie capsule open and just pour it on your tongue and just let that green stuff just mellow right through your mouth. You'll be good for it.
What I wanted to bring up, Steve, as well, you brought up a really good point, you know, about one of the things that we do is we don't juice, but we slow press crush so that, you know, the hemicellulose and the cellulose gets completely eviscerated, and that's why we have such a dense concentrate of the nutrients. Can you just sort of help everyone understand the difference between the juicing and why the nutrients are dissipated in a juicer as opposed to slow press crush?
Oh yeah, well, you know, like if you look at your juicer, you put a carrot in the top, and the carrot flies out the side into the waste bin, the compost bin, in its split up fibrous blend, and whatever nutrients that don't go out with the fibre run out with the water and the you know, which we call the juice. So whereas with Juice Plus we crush the entire plant, right? And we have different styles of, you know, masticating crushes for different types of produce, you know, and so there's a massive difference in juicing and losing all of the cellulose and hemicellulose fibre and just getting the fructose nutrient water, as opposed to the Juice Plus blend of thick, you know, puree, if you like, before it gets dried, you know. And if you look at the videos, you'll actually see the drying bed with the coming, you know, the sheet of very thin fibrous membrane nutrient powder comes out in that big sheet, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just think you know, because we've often got a lot of freshies and, you know, newbie franchisees, and sometimes you know, there's people out there that don't understand the difference between, you know, juicing under a relatively high temperature as well, when you've got those blades rotating and there's heat involved, as opposed to, you know, cold pressed or cold pressed crush. So I always like to just sort of touch on that as well. So thanks, mate.
Yeah, for sure. You know, good. Yeah. I mean, these points, you know, we could drill into the proprietary process of making Juice Plus, and you know, over the years I've actually done that. I've, you know, gone to the encapsulation facility and the production facility on so many, you know, 9 times in fact, over in San Marcos, and you learn so much when you speak to these guys, you know, because they're completely on their game. You know, they you know, what they make here is just the state of the art, the most in-depth nutrient support product in the history of the world, you know, bar none. So so, you know, we have a product that is the best, okay, but how do we then justify and confirm that? All right. And well, the way that has taken place is kind of very unique, and it's actually it's a procedure that no other companies want to go down, because it's a procedure that, you know, you're really sticking your neck out if things go wrong, and that is allowing your product to be clinically researched in the human body by a big independent university, you know, by a department of biochemistry team, by, you know, a head professor and their biochemistry team to conduct human clinical research, you know, which is using the Juice Plus as the whole and sole active ingredient. And so this is what Juice Plus has done, and the body of research that has subsequently developed over the last 20 years or 24 years is just massive. Like, there is now 36 or 37 clinical trials that have been done at independent universities relating to some of the biggest biomarkers of the improvement of human health that there is. And between, you know, you, me, the other people on the call here tonight, and the fence post, the whole reason I eat Juice Plus every day is because of the clinical research. It's because of the data. It's because of the fact that the enormous improvement in health that's demonstrated via this research is something that I don't want to go without. Like this has become probably the most important, valuable, sort of consuming nutrition I can eat each day. And so it's that body of research that makes me take Juice Plus every day and make sure that my family takes Juice Plus every day. And the people around me, my customers and my friends and my franchisees that I work with on a weekly basis, that are all embracing that Juice Plus habit, because that's what our business is really about. It's sharing with people on different levels of how Juice Plus can make a big impact for the better for their health. And what happens is that you get, so good at that,
Yeah, 100%, Steve. I just wanted to drop in as well, because I've just put another healthcare practitioner, introduced them to the company and the product, and they've just got started with us. And I was having a conversation with them today. This lady's a phlebotomist. So for those that don't know what that is, it's a fancy term for the person that actually draws blood. And we were talking about, due diligence on products, how there's so many products out there that, people can make a claim about a product. Somebody that's a franchisee, of a company, or a representative distributor of a company, a product, they can say what they like. But to be able to have the body of peer-reviewed research that we have behind us was a big deal for the medical practitioner, the healthcare professional that I was talking to today, because for them, it was all about evidence-based, proof and research-based proof. And Steve, I know that, with your vast experience with the company, you've dealt with many healthcare professionals. And I think that this is just another one of those things, the research which separates us out from, just about everything else out there.
For sure. I mean, if I was a medical doctor, Juice Plus would be an absolute given recommendation at the point of practice to all patients. You'd 2 or 3 questions to your patient, you would realise that their variety of green cruciferous, purple, red, white and yellow vegetables doesn't balance out to quota every day. And here is, for $2.47 or $3.90, here is the perfect way to facilitate that foundation. So that body of research, what that does is that justifies and validates the recommendation from all healthcare professionals to why their patients should use Juice Plus. It's not a personal opinion, it's a absolute validation based on the evidence, what's called evidence-based protocols. And those protocols are that this higher standard of clinical research, the gold standard studies, have been done on Juice Plus, and they have found to have a positive impact on many areas of the human immune system. They've had very significant impact on the improvement and the protection against cardiovascular disease, so the improvement of heart health. They've had a huge impact on the cellular protection of, free radical ravage damage to our DNA. They've shown that there is major breakthrough in the reduction of systemic chronic inflammation, not only to our joints, but a lot of our vital organs. There's great material on the recovery of aerobic and anaerobic exercise. There's a fantastic study on the improvement of skin health, published in Skin Physiology and Pharmacology. There is awesome research now on gum health, reduction of, periodontal disease and, wisdom tooth extraction, wound healing. So, Juice Plus covers those areas of improvement to our human physiology that we are looking for every day on a daily basis, particularly if you're having a big go. If you're having a dig out there and you're ripping in, you want something like Juice Plus working for you.
100%. Steve, I also, mate, I wanted to just give the guys a little bit of information tonight. As you would know, we have a lot of competitors in the marketplace. People that would like to compete with Juice Plus, but we know that it doesn't come close. But quite often we will bump into somebody and someone will say, "Oh, but some of the research is funded, by the company," and so there's a little bit of confusion around that. You and I know that whilst, some of the research may be funded by the company, that you can't pay for the results. And you mentioned, at the outset of this section on the research that we sort of live and die by the results. Can you just provide a little clarity, Steve, for the team?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I love it when someone turns around and says, who funds the study? I say, well, Juice Plus has to fund the study. The person I'm talking to is certainly not going to fund the study on Juice Plus. Who would want to come to the party and fund a study on a company's product? The fact is, every nutritional company out there could go and present their product to the universities, say University of Sydney or University of Newcastle. There's two that we'll take. And they could all go up and say, you know what, we would like to see a major bioavailability study done on our, Swiss multivitamin. In other words, we'd like you to take 60 or 70 or 20 or 50 patients, subjects, give them our product and do detailed blood analysis to see, how much nutrient uptake actually comes out of the multivitamin pill from our product. Everyone can do that, but they don't. What they choose to do is go to an advertising company, put an ad together with Ricky Ponting or Sonia Kruger, and pay Channel 9 to screen the ad. They'll come up with a slogan like, we've got everything from A to Zinc, or you'll feel better on Swiss, or, give you back the BB bounce, or, you know what I mean? They'll come up with some advertisement campaign to sell their product. They won't allow their product to be put in the hands of the universities, and they won't invest in the funding of that clinical research to be done on their brand,
Yeah, 100%.
So it's a huge difference, to advertising as opposed to getting, cold hard clinical research.
Yeah, you bet. I just think that there's sometimes there's a little confusion because people like to, bang the drum about some of the research being funded. But, it's true also that, the research isn't designed by the company. So, we have companies out there that may have some in-house scientists, an in-house team that might do some sort of, research, but they design the study in-house to actually provide a known result.
Sure, yeah. Well, what I always, when someone gets down this pathway, I ask them, can you explain what you're talking about? Do you know of a study that's been funded that's bought the outcome? I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Yeah.
So I asked them, you've raised the question, which area have you seen this happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because most people have never seen it happen. They just throw it up as a curveball to you.
Yeah, of course, because it's it's the third party. I heard it over the back fence from Bob type deal. But
yeah.
I think the most important thing in all of that is to understand that what you can't buy, because you're going to places, you mentioned that the University of Sydney or the University of Graz, or any of these major medical universities around the world, what you can't do is you can't go to them with a brown paper bag full of cash and say, listen, fellas, we would like you to type up these results on this study to make our product look favourable.
Oh, yeah,
we can't do that.
Yeah, what do you think? UCLA or, King's College London is going to put their whole reputation on the line.
Yeah.
Right. What happened at Sydney University when they did the Sydney study on bioavailability, reduction of homocysteine, reduction of oxidization, LDL cholesterol? Professor Ian Caterson, one of the most esteemed nutritional medical professors, the head nutritional medical professor of Sydney University, he turned around and simply said to our board when they wanted to do this in Australia, he said, this is very risky. No other brand name company has ever done this. And he said, you must understand that the research is ours. It's not yours. You're providing the placebo. You're providing the active ingredient, but the research is ours. And the first time you will hear about the results is when we publish them on the Department of Biochemistry website of Sydney University.
Yeah.
So you're with me?
Sure.
All these other companies have the opportunity, if they wanted to go down the same evidence-based pathway as Juice Plus, but they choose to go down the junky advertising pathway.
Yep.
That's because the nutritional support market is so lucrative. Why is it so lucrative? Because people want to live modern day speed, modern day lifestyle. They want to take modern day shortcuts. They want everything yesterday or now, you know,
Yep.
and they don't want to do the work.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
100%.
So that's why that's why the industry is so lucrative, John.
Yeah, you bet. Yeah, I mean, this stuff is such a good talking point because we all know what we face when we go out into the field, and to be able to be equipped with the actual answers and the knowledge of what really goes on, Steve, I just think is so valuable for everyone.
Well, for the first 10 years of marketing Juice Plus in Australia, we came across every person that wanted to discredit, disrupt, stop the momentum, stop the success, stop the impact that Juice Plus was having, because the bigger impact Juice Plus has, the less business that is being done by these other brands and other companies. So, it was a violent, hostile decade to begin with, and you remember it. You were there, and we had to stand firm. And as a result, I used to go to 2 conferences in the US a year and down to NAI and get to know my brand and product and blend, so I could, stand tall and take on the argument.
Yeah, it's so powerful, mate. It's something that I'm so grateful for. That I talk about it often. Well, everybody gets a different exposure to Juice Plus, but go figure. The 2 people that I knew that exposed me to the Juice Plus product were you and Mark Dragon. 2 athletes at the top of your game, and 2 guys who happen to just be, research and knowledge and fact, and due diligence animals. There was nothing you guys were putting your name to or your reputation to, that didn't check out 150%. Obviously.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And you've only got to start to have you only have to start to have a little look at this, and the absolute, common sense reality of Juice Plus. It finds the right people, and those right people, they grab hold of this concept with both hands. I mean, why hasn't a company ever come along in the last 30 years and made something equivalent and the same as Juice Plus? The reason it hasn't is because it's too difficult. It was a group of moments and chances and people that somehow connected for all the right reasons. Like Juice, you just can't, a corporation of some kind that might have billions just can't turn around and say, you know what, we're going to go and make a product exactly the same as Juice Plus. There's just too much involved. There's too much history. And so we're in a very good place to be able to be here with what we know and with a company that's up and running and so strong.
Yeah, absolutely. And Steve, I know you said it up front, mate, that we could talk about this for hours. And obviously around product and research, it's such a big thing for us. But I was hoping that I could pick your brain just a little bit tonight as well for the guys that are on. Just on that subject that you were just talking about there, the company. Obviously, there are a lot of opportunities, a lot of different, business models and things that are available. But, another thing that we've talked about at length is why we've chosen this particular company, the longevity, the stability, its track record, all of those things that you and I talk about, mate, over coffee after a serve. But on the subject of belief for tonight, we wanted to just cover a little bit of background information on the company and why, you feel so strongly about this company as an opportunity, as a career move going forward.
All right. Well, let's just start straight with the corporate profile of Juice Plus worldwide. Firstly, it's a privately owned company, so it's not publicly listed on the stock market. It carries no debt, all right, and it's not accountable to a group of shareholders. It is all about its own mission, all right. So the company has a track record of tremendous longevity and being able to do business in many countries. So I think we touch 26 countries that we can get Juice Plus to our customers or franchisees to around the world. That's just amazing. Like, I've never done anything that would be able to, expand to 26 countries, whereas working within the Juice Plus company, I can do that. So just from a corporate standpoint, it's got tremendous solidarity and strength and a tremendous track record. And it's a company that's not looking to raise funds publicly or borrow money. So I like that very much, right? It's not persuaded to try to find ways to increase its share price, all right? It's not interested in that. What it's interested in is making the best product and providing the best facility to its group of worldwide franchisees that represent the brand and sell it in the marketplace, all right? So then the company rolls out a thing called the virtual franchise, which is it's how we get involved. It's how we don't work on wages or salary for the company. There is people that work in our head offices, like our head office in Newcastle, that are on PAYE, pay as you earn. They have a job. But the Juice Plus virtual franchise is where we can run our own business within the Juice Plus company. We can trade with the product. We can sell the product both retail, in other words, we can sell it to someone and they can give us cash, or we can provide a sale done through the preferred customer system where we organise the product to be sent to their work or home, and we get the company to debit the credit card and the company pays our profit back to us, right? Or we can expand the marketplace by setting up different Juice Plus virtual franchisees in different cities or territories or countries around the world, and we can show them how to trade with Juice Plus and how to market Juice Plus within their circle of marketplace or their customer base or their client base or their particular profile within their community. And that's what we do over and over again. And as a result of that, Juice Plus has become incredibly successful. I love the fact that the company has really good flexibility and independence. It's not a quota-driven company. There's no kind of minimum or maximums that you have to achieve to keep your virtual franchise alive and well. You do have to pay your franchise renewal fee each year, which legally allows you to trade with the Direct Selling Association of Australia, and it maintains the link of support that head office have with us. But we're a company that any individual can do as much as they want or as little as they want to run their Juice Plus virtual franchise. And you know what? Everything is embraced and accepted because no one has a boss. It's your business and it's your own position, and you can drive it to the level you want to drive it at. And I love being able to work in that nice, sort of area of freedom. Some people want to really move with their Juice Plus business and want to create, a great circulation of product Australia-wide and produce a really good cash flow income for themselves. Others are happy to do it on a very, average or medium basis, just, as they find comfortable within their community. And others are just happy to do it on a very small part-time, spare time basis. And it's all good. It doesn't make anyone better or right or wrong. It's just great being able to deal with all the different people at whatever level they're happy at.
100%.
So, so that's why I really love, I just love our Juice Plus community and, the different people that it does attract that we get to work with. I mean, we just had our conference over in Perth and we got to hang out together. And, one thing I must admit is that, there is a style of person with Juice Plus, and they all seem to be on the right health campaign. They all seem to be people that want to look after themselves.
Yeah.
There's no one sort of smoking ciggies and,
No, there's plenty of energy on that
coughing their guts up.
Plenty of healthy energy on the dance floor, mate. That's for sure.
Oh, plenty. Yeah. Plenty. Yeah.
But, Steve, you brought up some great points there, that people that may not have been involved in business, before maybe overlook about the strength of the company. And I think the one that stands out to me the most is if you think of a company that's been around for, 40, 45 years and has never had to raise a single cent, but has managed to expand into 26 different countries just out of the profits that it's made,
right.
off its operations. It's self-funded expansion. without
exactly
ever into 26
Yep.
countries. I mean, that's just absolutely unheard of, phenomenal.
Oh yeah, oh unbelievable, debt free,
Yeah.
just a complete perfect profit track record.
Yeah.
Like magnificent. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, my word, it is unheard of, you know.
And amazing
But
also
you know,
hearing from you, because you've had, 20 plus years experience with the company. So, I
oh
don't
mate,
know many people,
any
Steve.
time, mate.
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't know many people in any industry or in any company that has had even that sort of longevity, 20 years. So to get the background and to hear this information from you, and to know that every single time you and I get together over a cappuccino at Coolangatta or wherever we bounce, together and talk about the business, that we're that excited about, the next 10 years, the next 20 years, for as long as you and I draw breath, we're excited about being with the company for all the right reasons,
Yeah, oh yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, all right. Well, way cool, and it's been great doing the Zoom tonight.
Yeah, it's been super fun. Can I go 2 more minutes from you, Steve? Just 2 minutes, champ, where you give us an overview of your thoughts on the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm more than happy to touch on the industry. Okay. Well, the industry, our virtual franchise taps into many industries. It allows people to be able to retail Juice Plus, out of their own gym or their own nutritional naturopathic practice. So, we work, closely alongside those people that may want to, move a bit of Juice Plus retail. We also work closely in the direct sales industry. That means an individual like you and me can, directly sell Juice Plus to the marketplace. We can go out there ourselves and sell straight to the consumer. So the direct sale industry is one that runs alongside of the Juice Plus virtual office as well as the retail. We also have a great network marketing concept whereby we're able to share our product and our Juice Plus model. And so we can, that network marketing concept works really closely with the franchising world in that, we duplicate this pathway and pattern of Juice Plus success. We duplicate the way we share the product. We duplicate the way we explain and share the company and the business. And so the network marketing and the franchise industry runs, right along the same channel as how our Juice Plus virtual franchise taps into that. And there's a large marketplace out there that works in what's called the MLM, the multi-level marketing industry. And where we've used the best part of that industry is that, we can work on many different layers of referral, and within the marketing team, we can reach down into other people's businesses and we can really help other people succeed and improve their Juice Plus virtual franchise. The great thing about our business is every Juice Plus virtual franchisee buys the product at the same price. We all get to sell Juice Plus and share Juice Plus with our customers with the same price point. And we get to build the Juice Plus marketing team as big or as small as we like. And so what that Juice Plus virtual franchise does is it takes the best out of every different component of those different industries, if you like,
Yep.
So that's how I kind of, sum it up and sort of position it. It's a very unique way to be able to tap into all of those industries.
Yeah, 100%, Steve. As always, champ, you nailed it on every level. Product research, company.
Right. 20 years, mate. I don't want to get it wrong now.
But what I don't understand how you still add new value every time I listen to you, Steve. That's where I find you so impressive, mate, and you're such a value-adding dude. I love having you aboard.
Oh, you're too kind, mate. You're too kind. It's why I've got to keep shouting, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No, I just appreciate it. Can everybody, just join me in a quick round of applause and thanks, Steve, guys. That was just mind-blowing. Stevie, thank you so much, mate. I mean it. So much.
All good. Anytime. Look forward to seeing you all sometime before the end of 2018.
You bet, mate. You bet. Thank you again so much, mate. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Righto. See ya. Bye.